Hi friends, welcome you all to this second part of that video. So this is the video on 7th Lord or Darakaraka in all different nakshatras part 2. In today's video I will cover from nakshatras Chitra to Revati, the final nakshatra. One nakshatra was missed last time, and that is Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra, which will also be covered in the beginning. So it's been quite a while, lots of things were happening, so I beg your pardon for that. So let's get started. Nakshatras. Now we are going deep into, the nature, the characteristic nature of your person, the essence of their nature. So that is possible only when we look at the nakshatra in which the 7th Lord or Darakaraka is placed. And in case of male natives, you can also look at the nakshatra in which Venus is placed, because in the chart of a male native, Venus is the karaka of the wife or life partner. Now, nakshatras are connected to your past life. Various karmic patterns are going to come up in this life depending on the nakshatra in which a certain planet is. Now here today we are talking about the 7th Lord, your partner, the Lord of the 7th house, or Darakaraka in which nakshatra, and in case of male natives, if Venus is in a certain nakshatra, what does it mean about your life partner? So this is the second part of the video, Chitra to Revati. I will definitely also include Uttaraphalguni. So let's get started. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to the channel. You may follow any style of, horoscope, either North Indian style or South Indian style. Okay, so you have to know that in every horoscope there are 12 houses. The first house is the Lagna, the ascendant, which represents you, and starkly opposite to the first house is the 7th house. The 7th house is the house of the partner. Yes, okay, partner, your spouse, the soulmate you're going to attract in this lifetime. So this video is about the Lord of the 7th house. So 7th Lord, in which nakshatra it is placed. So now your partner will have all these qualities, your person, or Darakaraka, which is also a planet that signifies your partner as per Gemini astrology. So we'll look at, the various nakshatras, what will happen if 7th Lord or Darakaraka is placed in each of them. So the first nakshatra that I will talk about today, before going to Chitra, I will talk about Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra. So Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra, the deity is Aryaman. You should look at the deity. That's very important, the ruling god. Alright, and Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra is ruled by Sun. Okay, it falls in Leo and Virgo, both these zodiac signs. So in your chart it may be either in Leo or Virgo. And Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra, as I told you, the planet lord is Sun. Okay, and the ruling deity is Aryaman. Aryaman is a solar deity, the god of contracts and unions. Okay, so what can we say now about the partner? The symbol of this nakshatra is that of the hammock, that comfortable moving bed, which is tied to 2 poles, and the swinging bed called the hammock. So, and it can also refer to the back legs of a bed. So these are the symbols of this nakshatra. Alright, so what does it show? Now overall, what does it show? Now, first of all, this nakshatra is ruled by Sun. If it is falling in Leo, then definitely we can say your partner could be in a leadership position. The symbol is the hammock, but in order to become the king who will live, who will rest in the hammock and relax, they will have to definitely first focus on their knowledge, formal education, in order to get success in life. They will uphold their moral principles a lot. They will have leadership qualities, courage, valor. Okay? So all these things. They will be a seeker of knowledge and truth also in life. They can get success with the help of their formal education or skills, creativity or knowledge. They will be generous also. They'll be generous. If Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra is in Leo, very generous, large-hearted, believe in helping others. They will believe in love, romance, spiritual connection with people. They will eventually also become very spiritual by nature, or they may in essence be spiritual by nature. If Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra falls in Virgo, then such people will be perfectionists. They will be a perfectionist in whatever they do. Whatever be their pursuit, whatever be their field of work, they will always look for perfection there. Definitely they will believe in knowledge, they will believe in their creativity, but whatever task they execute, they will always do it with, do it meticulously, striving to attain perfection. Very particular about details, very disciplined, very organized they can be. Alright. Now since it is in Virgo, so they will also, keep analyzing what went wrong in the relationship so that things become perfect in the relationship. Okay, because they want perfection, they want order. So all these things we can say, they can become successful in any field. So whichever be their field of work, if they give importance to knowledge, if they give importance to hard work, efforts, analytical powers, they will have analytical powers. So they need to do work on a routine basis with regularity and discipline, and they will get success in life. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra. Before moving on, Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra, whether it is in any zodiac sign, your person can also be very good at business. They can have business acumen. Because look at Aryaman. Aryaman is the god of contracts. Okay, contracts, unions. So they can be very good in, cracking business deals. So by dint of their creativity, originality, knowledge, skills, they can do well in any business also. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra. So actually this is not exactly the next one, but today again this nakshatra I left out in the previous one video. So now we'll start the second part from Chitra onwards. What will happen when the seventh lord or Darakaraka is in Chitra Nakshatra? Chitra Nakshatra, okay, is ruled by Mars. Chitra is ruled by Mars, and Chitra Nakshatra, it falls in both Virgo and Libra. Okay, the ruling god is Vishwakarma. Chitra Nakshatra is also associated with Indra, Lord Indra, because Vishwakarma is a celestial architect who made Indra's weapon, thunderbolt. Indra's Vajra was made by Vishwakarma. So Indra is also connected to this nakshatra. Nevertheless, Vishwakarma, Lord Vishwakarma, is the main god of Chitra Nakshatra. That means these people are very creative. They can design things, formulate things. They're great architects in the sense that they're very creative. They're great planners. They can plan things well, and not just plan, they can execute their plan also well. Very creative by nature. Now if Chitra Nakshatra falls in Virgo, then they will be perfectionists, meticulous about their art, about their work, very meticulous. They will also have great analytical powers because Mars is the ruling god, and again you have Virgo. Virgo gives analytical powers, so they can be great healers. They can do well in the field of occult, in any field of healing for that matter. They can be very good. They can do well in the healthcare industry. After all, Virgo is there. They can be very good surgeons, or even doctors, even nurses, occultists, healers, creative people. Okay. Now, if Chitra Nakshatra, it falls in Libra, then also they will have artistic qualities, great love for music. Okay. They will get along well with people also. They can be social also. Yes. And they will also, they will be they will have a very pleasant disposition if it falls in Libra. Okay. So they will like to meet new people, make new friends also. It's possible. Now Chitra Nakshatra, whatever be the zodiac sign, if the 7th lord or Darakaraka is in Chitra Nakshatra, then Chitra Nakshatra, it's symbolized by the pearl. And pearl, or a bright jewel. So we know about the pearl that is found in nature. It comes up after that water creature undergoes a lot of pain and difficulties, struggle, and then finally that pearl comes up. So if your Darakaraka 7th lord is in Chitra Nakshatra, your person may have undergone a lot of struggle. They may have faced obstacles in life, so that now they are very much independent. They are courageous, and they are also, people who are very creative, very artistic. Okay, especially if it is in Virgo, they may also like to stay lonely at times. But if it is in Libra, then they would love to deeply connect with someone, with their partner. Yes. If in Virgo, at times they may like to remain isolated. So all these things we can say, but they will be a lone fighter, who is out to achieve their goal, their target. Okay. And they're finally going to shine like that bright pearl someday. But that's going to happen after lots of struggles, after facing and overcoming obstacles, after all trials and tribulations. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th lord or Darakaraka is in the next nakshatra, which is Swati. Swati Nakshatra is ruled by planet Rahu. Alright, it falls in Libra, and Libra sign is ruled by Venus. Okay, the ruling god of this nakshatra is Vayudev, god of the wind, and the symbol is a young plant swaying in the wind. So Swati Nakshatra stands for independence, freedom. Such people don't like inhibitions from others. They don't like interference, because after all, ruled by Rahu. Their way of looking at life, their way of dealing with things is very unique. Alright, they're not going to compromise on their way of doing things. So they don't like others' interference. They may come across as people who are different, who are unconventional. They need their space, their independence. That's very important for them. It is in the sign of Libra. So it's not that they are unsocial. They can be very social and very, people who are very pleasant and even sweet. But they will maintain their individuality. They will not mingle with people at the cost of their personal freedom or individuality. They will maintain, they will uphold that. Now, Swati Nakshatra people, because after all the planet is Rahu and it's in the sign of Libra, so they can also excel in independent business. They do something, they do some business independently also. They can become successful. Alright. Now, even if they're into partnership, they need to choose their partner very carefully. Otherwise, because after all this nakshatra is ruled by Rahu, they will not easily accept other people's opinions, and no one can impose their opinion upon Swati people. For them, independence and freedom is everything in life, actually. So, yeah. Your relationship with your partner will work when you respect their individuality, their individual space that they want in the relationship. When you give them that space and team up with them whenever they are available, then this relationship is going to work. Now, but otherwise these people, they can do very well also in the field of occult. Yes, they may have an inclination towards the occult, towards various mysteries of the world. Any kind of knowledge which is mysterious, hidden, secretive, may attract their attention. That's possible. If your partner is from a foreign land, it's good, because Swati Nakshatra is after all ruled by Rahu. Rahu refers to a foreigner. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra, which is Vishakha. Vishakha Nakshatra falls in Libra and Scorpio. Vishakha Nakshatra is ruled by planet Jupiter. Alright. The ruling god of Vishakha Nakshatra is Indradev and Agnidev. Two gods rule Vishakha Nakshatra, Indra and Agni. Indra is the god of the rains, the god of all gods is Indra, and Agni is the god of fire. So these two gods are ruling Vishakha Nakshatra. Vishakha Nakshatra is symbolized by a potter's wheel. Potter's wheel. Even triumphal archway. That means Vishakha Nakshatra people, they may actually, Vishakha. That means, they may take a totally different path eventually. And they can finally be successful also. Because after all, it's ruled by Jupiter. If Jupiter is more or less well placed in your chart, then yes. They may deviate from their path of learning or work or even expertise. They may deviate from there and take up a totally different path. And they may even excel there. It's possible. After all, this nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter. Now, this nakshatra falls in both Libra, Scorpio. If it is in Libra, such people may eventually move towards independent business. They may love to interact with people, and they may do some counseling, because after all, Jupiter is also there. They may get into counseling, independent counseling. wonderful. I mean, it's very good. Or any sort of independent business. Now, if the Vishakha Nakshatra is falling in Scorpio, such people will be great at analyzing things, going to the depth of things. They will have great analytical powers, investigative abilities. They will do very well in the field of psychology, in the field of research, any kind of research, in the field of occult. They'll do very well. Healing, if Vishakha Nakshatra is falling in Scorpio. Now, if Vishakha Nakshatra is in Scorpio, your partner is somebody who believes in strong commitment, deep passionate connection in the relationship. They can be very faithful to you if Jupiter is well placed, and they want the same thing from you. Serious, passionate commitment. If Vishakha Nakshatra is falling in Libra, then it's a very romantic relationship again, but then physical attraction is definitely there, because after all, Libra. But again, because Vishakha Nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter, your partner may want to team up with you to maybe do some business or to gain knowledge. So that is also possible. When both of you come together to gain some knowledge or to do some business, it's very good. Vishakha is in Libra. Vishakha in Scorpio, your partner may be into meditation. They should do some charity, actually. If they're already doing charity, it's very good. Okay? They may indulge in overthinking also at times, overanalyzing things. Okay? But you have to understand where they are coming from. They are deep thinkers, actually. They're deep thinkers. They're actually very creative, and they also have healing abilities, actually. So eventually they will be able to bring out their creativity. Whether in Libra, whether in Scorpio, they will eventually be able to bring out their creativity. Okay? Their ability to, their creative ability, their artistic ability. And in Scorpio, their ability to do research, investigation. Libra is also, for that matter, an air sign. So that can also enable them to become very analytical powers they can have. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra, Anuradha. Anuradha Nakshatra is ruled by planet Saturn. Anuradha Nakshatra falls in Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars. And the ruling god of Anuradha is Mitra. Mitra is also a solar deity, the god of friendship. So, now again, Anuradha is ruled by Saturn. So if Saturn is more or less well placed in your chart, then your person will actually believe in friendship. But they will choose their friends wisely. They will choose their friends wisely. Because after all, it's ruled by Saturn. They'll analyze every situation. They'll analyze people also before being friends with them. Okay? So yes. But yes, your partner, if Saturn is more or less in a good position in your chart, they can be friendly to you. And what they're looking for in the relationship, they're looking for friendship. They want you to understand them. Their goal, purpose in life, their life goals, their relationship goals, they want you to understand that. Only then, you will be someone who can, be their true soulmate. They are very good at helping others. Anuradha people, very good, very devoted in the relationship also. They can be very faithful, very devoted in the relationship. The symbol is lotus flower. Alright, so the relationship will bloom someday like a lotus. If you are able to be friends with them, they're looking for friendship actually, then things will bloom. So your relationship will also grow and bloom like a lotus if there is true friendship between you and your partner. And after all, it is in Scorpio, so they want serious commitment from you. There shouldn't be even an iota of doubt. It is only when they can trust you blindly that they will reveal themselves to you and they will be your true friend. So you also need to remember that serious commitment is very important in the relationship. If you maintain that, they will be a true friend of yours and they will never leave your hand no matter what. These people, they can do very well in any field of occult sciences, meditation, healing. They can be spiritual by nature also. Very charitable, even kind-hearted. Great ability to analyze things, do research also. They want in-depth, intimate relationship with their partner, very intimate. Not just physically intimate, emotionally intimate. A relationship wherein there is spiritual connection and devotion. They can also be devoted to you and they expect the same from you. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra, Jyeshtha Nakshatra. Jyeshtha Nakshatra is ruled by planet Mercury. Again, it falls in Scorpio, ruled by Mars. And the ruling god of Jyeshtha Nakshatra is Indra, Lord Indra, the god of all gods, the god of the rains, weather. That is Lord Indra, who rules all gods in heaven. So Jyeshtha is therefore referred to as the senior one, because after all he is the ruler of all gods. He is the king of all gods in a way, Indra. So that superiority complex might be there. Why? Because they feel that they know how things are to be done. So they think that, and they can be right also. If Jyeshtha Nakshatra is ruled by Mercury, if Mercury is well placed in the chart, then if they think that yes, they know how to do things, they know how to, formulate ideas and how to implement ideas. If they think so, they are right. If Mercury is well placed. But if Mercury is not well placed, then they may have superiority complex and they may also have a tendency to dominate their partner. It's possible. If Mercury is somehow getting afflicted, then yes, the picture can be different. But if Mercury is strongly placed, then definitely they really are knowledgeable. They have in-depth knowledge of things. They're very intuitive, very creative, very original in their approach to things. Great organizers also they can be. Great organizers. And they can also be people who are very insightful. They can see through things. They can go to the bottom of things and they can know the reality of things. Very insightful in their approach to things. So, if Mercury is well placed, then such people, they can excel in the field of occult, healing, psychology, any field of research, investigation, medical sciences, law, even engineering, technology, any field, because after all, Scorpio ruled by Mars, so even in the field of engineering, technology, they can excel. And Mercury is intelligence, it's ruled by Mercury. Great analytical powers they can have, and that is why they are truly superior in a way to others. So, and that is why Indra is after all the god of all gods. It's not easy to acquire that position. It is because they have penetrating intellect. by dint of which they have acquired that position for themselves. So this relationship will work again if there is serious commitment. A king will not tolerate infidelity after all. So serious commitment in the relationship, full transparency in every matter. Then you will be able to win their trust. If they are really knowledgeable, if Mercury is well placed, they'll be truly knowledgeable, truly creative. Then you need to even listen to them. That will be good for your relationship or marriage. You should listen to them. That will help your relationship to grow and flourish. And deep-rooted connection, very important in the relationship. No room for lies or deception, otherwise things are going to fall apart. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra, Moola Nakshatra. A long way to go. So, Moola Nakshatra is what? Is ruled by which planet? Planet Ketu, the planet of mystery. The planet which stands for your past life. Alright? Past life karmas even. Ketu. The planet of even isolation, in-depth research. Moola Nakshatra is ruled by Ketu. And it falls in Sagittarius sign, which is ruled by Jupiter. What a beautiful combination between Jupiter and Ketu. If such natives move towards knowledge, acquiring knowledge in any field, but yes, with all sincerity, devotion, in-depth knowledge of things, then they will excel in their field, no matter in whichever field they are placed. They need to be great seekers of knowledge. They need to have great hunger for knowledge, and they will excel. Now, Moola Nakshatra, the ruling god is Niriti. Ruling god is Niriti, who is the goddess of death and destruction. That is why people are generally, they are afraid of this nakshatra. They have a lot of misconception about Moola Nakshatra. There are great business tycoons who have, their moon or lagna in Moola Nakshatra. So don't be so scared of Moola Nakshatra. Moola means the root, the foundation. The symbol is actually a bundle of roots tied together. Even the elephant goad, which is used to control an elephant. So, and keep it, in order, keep it grounded so that the elephant doesn't go astray and create a havoc. So that the elephant remains rooted to its purpose, whichever purpose, has been, for whichever purpose the elephant is being used. So it doesn't forget its purpose. It remains grounded and rooted to its purpose. That means Moola Nakshatra refers to the roots. Your roots, the foundation. And it's in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter and Ketu. Nakshatra is ruled by Ketu. Such people will do very well if they move towards spirituality, occult sciences, healing, psychology, independent counseling. So these fields are wonderful for them. Even independent business, why not? Whatever they do, they need to do independently, because after all, Ketu is a planet which stands for freedom and non-interference also. So they can excel in their field of business also. If they're moving ahead by dint of their knowledge, wisdom, they will excel in their work, whether they are in any sort of job or business. They can be very creative. If they follow the profession which was which was taken up by their forefathers, if they follow that line of business or profession, they're going to excel. Because Ketu refers to your ancestors, to your roots. And if you do justice to your roots, maybe you learned something from your father or grandfather and you're following that. You're sticking to those principles, because Jupiter, Ketu both are connected to sticking to principles. No compromising on principles, on knowledge. So you have to be a seeker of knowledge, seeker of truth. Then you will definitely excel in whichever field you are. You cannot work superficially. So your partner, if they really want to be successful in life, they will have to go to the bottom of things, do research, investigation. They have to know the crux of things. They have to get to the bottom. They have to understand any field of, it could be any subject, any field of study. And then from there, they will start emerging and rising towards success. So that is important. So always, your 7th Lord or Darakaraka in Moola, your partner should always be true to their roots. They should respect their past. It's not that, if they forget their past, forget their roots, forget their tradition, it's not going to be good for them. They need to respect their ancestors, their past, their tradition, their culture, they need to respect their heritage. Even their ancestors, they will excel in life with their blessings. Their ancestors had done something and left it somewhere. Now they will have to go to the bottom of things, do research, so that they can take it further ahead. This placement is very good for moving into any field of occult knowledge, healing, technology for that matter. Technology, research, investigation. Any field of research, investigation is good. Whether it is the field of law, medical science, any field, even chartered accountancy, any field of research, investigation. Any kind of work wherein you need to, go to the depth of things, analyze things, maintain some confidentiality, secrecy, and getting to the core of things and coming up with knowledge. So all these things will help your partner. Now relationship now, what we can say, if it is in Moola, they expect a spiritual connection with their partner. Even that, that physical relation which they have, that physical union after marriage is essentially spiritual union also. So that sort of spiritual connection, transparency in the relationship, trusting each other blindly, deep-rooted connection with each other, whether sexual, whether, spiritual, deep-rooted connection. Otherwise, this relationship may not work, because after all, Moola Nakshatra is ruled by Ketu. So, that is very important. Understanding each other, being transparent regarding everything. And, it's like reciprocating each other very well and having a very deep-rooted, intimate connection with each other is very important in the relationship. Only then the relationship can work. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra. Is the Purvashadha Nakshatra. Purvashadha. This nakshatra is ruled by Venus. Purvashadha Nakshatra ruled by Venus, and this nakshatra falls in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. It's a combination of two, planets which stand for knowledge. Jupiter, god of the teacher of Devtas or gods, and Venus, the teacher of the Asuras or demons. So both are teachers, both have knowledge. Alright, so these two powerful planets are now connected to Purvashadha Nakshatra. The symbol is that of the elephant tusk. It is also called former victory. Purvashadha, former victory. The tusk of the elephant, winnowing basket or fan, and all that. These are the symbols. The elephant tusk symbolizes victory, former victory. That means they can be successful and victorious in life, successful in their endeavors if they rely on knowledge. They need to rely on their knowledge. Very important. Jupiter and Venus both connected, and the sign of Sagittarius. So these people will not just have knowledge but also have creativity. After all, Venus is connected. Creativity and knowledge combined in this nakshatra. The ruling god of this nakshatra is Apas or Apam. Apam is the goddess of water. Goddess of water or goddess of the waters. Okay? When there was no universe also, before even Srishti or creation was there was nothing but only water. Limitless, bottomless water. Water existed or pre-existed everything. It came before everything else. Any life had sprung up in the universe. So everything was covered initially in water before the creation of this universe. So water is such an essential element. Our bodies also, most of the, I think almost, a huge percentage of your body, I think around 70, is water. So we are also constituted mostly of water. The globe, of the earth also, I think 3/4 it's water. So it's water everywhere. So water is actually the symbol of life. The first life or the living creature, it came up in water. It was aquatic creature. So, or organism. So life began from there. So water is synonymous to life. Water is also synonymous to intuition, to creativity. So goddess of water, Apam, is connected to Purvashadha. That's why these people are very intuitive, very creative. They have great vision, actually. The kind of vision they have is matchless. Purvashadha people, provided it's ruled by Venus. It should be well placed in your chart. And it's falling in Sagittarius, so Jupiter and Venus, look at how they are placed. If they're more or less well placed, then they can have penetrating intellect and they can have great knowledge, wisdom. They can also have great creativity, originality, even artistic abilities. So all these qualities now can be there in your partner. Now this nakshatra is in Sagittarius. 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in this nakshatra. That means your partner wants you to be understanding. They want you to intuitively understand them, to intuitively respond to their needs, to their desires. That's what they expect from you. If that deep-rooted intuitive connection is missing in the relationship, then I'm afraid this relationship is not going to work. Because your 7th Lord or Darakaraka is in Purvashadha. These people, they're craving for an intuitive connection with their partner, even a soul connection. That's what they're craving for. Their individual space is also very important for them. Their identity, their sense of self-respect, very important. Their life purpose, you need to support them in their journey. then this relationship is wonderfully going to work. Alright, you need to keep these things in mind. Jupiter, Venus, more or less well placed. Your partner is really knowledgeable, really creative. They deserve your respect. They deserve your support. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra, Uttarashadha Nakshatra. If the 7th lord of Darakaraka is in Uttarashadha Nakshatra, it means later victory. Initially in life, these people, they may not be 7th lord or Darakaraka, so your partner may not be that successful. Alright? But later on, no, they will be very successful in life. They can be. Now again, it depends. Uttarashadha Nakshatra is ruled by Sun. So find out how Sun is placed in your chart. If it is more or less well placed, your person will have great knowledge. And Uttarashadha Nakshatra falls in both Sagittarius and Capricorn. So when it falls in Sagittarius, it will be ruled by Jupiter, and when in Capricorn, it will be ruled by Saturn. Now, whether it's in Sagittarius, whether it's in Capricorn, I've seen Uttarashadha people, they believe in knowledge, because after all, ruled by Sun. Sun is the source of all light, all knowledge. They'll be great seekers of knowledge. If in Sagittarius, then they will have great vision. Sagittarius people, they can be very dreamy, adventurous, great vision they will have. Great desire to do things to bring about a positive change in their life and also in your lives. So they when it's in Sagittarius, they want that this relationship should bring about a positive change in their life, and they will work towards that. If Jupiter is more or less well placed, they will definitely move towards you with optimism, positivity, yes. Now if this nakshatra falls in Capricorn, they will be very structured, very disciplined. Now you see, Uttarashadha Nakshatra ruled by Sun. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Sun and Saturn are regarded to be inimical to each other. But can you deny one thing? That both these planets, they stand for discipline and structure. Have you ever thought of it? Sun always rises in the east. It will rise at a certain time of the day, at a certain place or in a certain region. It will always rise and set. So Sun is so disciplined. It is emblematic of discipline, even structure. Similarly, Saturn is also the planet of structure, discipline, and even responsibility for that matter. So even if Uttarashadha Nakshatra ruled by Sun is in Capricorn, and if Saturn is also more or less well placed in the horoscope, then your person will be very disciplined, very orderly in life. And Saturn, after all, Capricorn is the sign of hard work. They will have great organizational skills. No one can match them in this regard. If Uttarashadha Nakshatra in Jupiter, they will have great knowledge. They'll be a vast reservoir of knowledge, your partner. They'll have great plans. They'll want to bring about this change, that change, great vision. Now in Saturn, they'll have in Capricorn, they'll have great organizational skills. They can be very good with money, finances. They can be great organizers. They can also do well in any field which requires analytical powers to be used. Capricorn gives you analytical bent of mind. Very calculating, very cautious, very meticulous in their planning and execution of things. Matchless ability to plan and organize things and then even execute them. Because after all, Capricorn is hard work and action also. But yes, they may take time, because after all Saturn, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So that is why later victory, eventually they will become successful and victorious in their endeavors. If they stick to discipline, structure, knowledge, they'll become very successful. Even if it is in Sagittarius, whether in Sagittarius, whether in Capricorn, because it is later victory. It is their knowledge, it is their discipline and structure which will enable them to become very successful eventually. So, all these things we can say. If your partner, 7th Lord or Darakaraka, is in Uttarashadha Nakshatra, again the symbol is the elephant tusk. Elephant tusk is the symbol of victory, success, and also it can refer to a bed. It can also refer to a stage. That means the stage is all set. Everything is in order. Everything is, because even whether it is Sagittarius, they have great vision. They have vision, they have knowledge. And even Sagittarius people, they definitely believe in structure. They have certain goals, targets. So they have a sense of structure. Again, Capricorn is all about structure and discipline. So the stage, they know how to set the stage for all activities to take place. So they are great at ideation. They are great at formulating ideas and even implementing ideas. So, and they can eventually become very successful in life. The ruling god is actually the Vishwadevas. The Vishwadevas are the solar deities. I think the 10 Vishwadevas, the gods of Dharma, they are called. They are the rulers of Uttarashadha Nakshatra. That means all the 10 solar deities. Yes, those solar deities are Indra, Vayu, Brihaspati, Mitra, Agni, Pushan, Bhaga, Marut, Soma, Aditya. So all the 10 solar deities who actually come together so that everything in universe can function smoothly. So all those deities together, they rule Uttarashadha Nakshatra. So that says everything in itself. That means they have such a holistic approach to things, Uttarashadha people. Holistic approach. And they will finally be able to, acquire knowledge, because sun, ruled by sun anyway. So they rule by sun, so they will acquire knowledge and finally they will execute whatever they have planned. So they'll be successful. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra, which is Shravana Nakshatra. Shravana Nakshatra ruled by Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the ruling deity. Vishnu is the protector or somebody who is the preserver, who is responsible for the maintenance of the universe, Lord Vishnu. And Shravana Nakshatra is ruled by planet Moon. Ruled by Moon. And this nakshatra falls in Capricorn. Capricorn ruled by Saturn. So these people also, because after all Moon and Saturn combination, they can be very intuitive, very analytical. Definitely. They can have great intuition. Shravana means hearing. So they can be very good at listening, and they should listen actually. If the nakshatra lord is getting afflicted or the sign lord, then maybe they don't listen much, but they should listen. When they listen, they will prosper in life. They need to be good listeners. Through listening, they need to acquire wisdom, knowledge. Listening is very crucial. Okay? So Shravana Nakshatra. Listening and then sharing your knowledge. Okay, so they can be podcasters. Nowadays people, they are into podcasting on YouTube, various platforms. They can definitely listen. They can be people who are conducting interviews and all, and listening to people. They can benefit a lot from listening to learned people, and that will enhance their knowledge. By the way, they themselves, after gathering knowledge, they can be very creative, very intuitive. They will come across as people who are very intuitive and creative. At times they may indulge also in overthinking, analyzing things. But again, if Saturn and Moon are more or less well placed, then they will be really insightful. They'll be able to get to the bottom of things through research, investigation, with the power of their analysis and investigation. Shravana Nakshatra, ruled by Lord Vishnu after all. So, and it is also in this ruled by Capricorn, falls in Capricorn. That means they need to maintain order. That's what Lord Vishnu also does. Maintenance of order, structure, discipline. The more they are disciplined and structured and orderly in life, the more they are going to become successful and rise higher and higher towards greater success, achievements, accomplishments, and prosperity in life. They need to be structured. That's very crucial for them. They need to maintain order, structure. Very important. They need to also believe in hard work and karma. And they need to make use of their intuition as well while executing any plan, while performing any deed or action. They need to do that intuitively also. Then they will excel in their field of work. So all these qualities your partner may have if 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in Shravana Nakshatra. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra, which is Dhanishta Nakshatra. Dhanishta Nakshatra, the symbol is that of the drum. Shravana Nakshatra, I forgot to mention, the symbol is that of the ear. Shravana, no? Symbol is the ear. Dhanishta, the symbol is the drum. Drum or musical instrument. Dhanishta. Dhanishta Nakshatra is ruled by Mars, and it falls in Capricorn and Aquarius. In these two zodiac signs, it will fall Capricorn, Aquarius. The ruling god is the Ashtavasus. The Ashtavasus, the 8 Vedic gods or solar deities. The Ashtavasus. So, they are the rulers of the Dhanishta Nakshatra. Dhanishta Nakshatra is also, you can say the Ashtavasus, the 8 Vedic gods, they are also ruling Dhanishta Nakshatra, yes. And that's true. But also we can say that Dhanishta Nakshatra, is the overall deity that is ruling this nakshatra is Lord Nataraja. Lord Nataraja is the overall deity who is ruling over Dhanishta Nakshatra. Nataraja, the drum, music, symphony, harmony, all these things are connected to Dhanishta. Even courage, valor, power. Dhanishta ruled by Mars, it falls in Capricorn, Aquarius. If it is in Capricorn, then definitely the drum will beat in order, always in order. Yes, it will refer. On the one hand Mars, on the other hand Capricorn ruled by Saturn. Both these two planets, however, unfriendly to each other, Capricorn and Saturn and Mars both stand for discipline and structure. So Dhanishta Nakshatra in Capricorn, these people are going to be very structured, very disciplined. The beating of the drum at regular intervals. Yes. So that is Dhanishta. And slowly moving towards victory. That is Dhanishta. Ruled by Mars, falling in Capricorn. If it is falling in Aquarius, then Aquarius is actually, though it is also ruled by Saturn, but Aquarius is an energy which stands for independence, freedom, individuality is very important. When Dhanishta Nakshatra will fall in Aquarius, such natives will give a lot of importance to their individuality, to their creativity. Their individual space is very important for them. And when Dhanishta Nakshatra will fall in Capricorn, your partner will be very responsible. They will give a lot of importance to responsibility, to structure, to order. And when Dhanishta is in Aquarius, then such natives, your partner, will give importance to their individual space, creativity. They will have great vision. They'll be great planners, great, visionaries. Actually, in Capricorn they are great planners. In Aquarius they are great visionaries, great visions they have, and great analytical powers they will have in both Capricorn and Aquarius. Analytical powers, yes. In Aquarius they will have a research oriented mind. The desire to learn new things, to research different things, to move into unknown territories, secretive things, researching them, coming out with unknown truths, discovering new things. That is the Aquarius energy. And the Capricorn energy is again analytical, in-depth research, being analytical, calculating, organizing things. So slight difference is there in the two energies. But nevertheless, when Dhanishta is ruled by Mars, it is also definitely the nakshatra which can give a lot of wealth. Again, whatever Mars stands for, if they are disciplined, if they are structured, especially if it is in Capricorn, they will become very wealthy in life. If it is in Mars and if it is in Aquarius, Dhanishta Nakshatra is ruled by Mars, and if it falls in Aquarius, then if by dint of their individuality, creativity, if they have a vision in life, and if they are able to execute their ideas and implement their ideas, and they're able to fulfill their desires and reach their goals, they will do very well in life if it is in Aquarius. And it can make them very creative if it's in Aquarius. In Capricorn, very calculating, structured and analytical. Aquarius, if it is in Aquarius, they can have great intellectual depth and creativity, originality. So all these things. So Dhanishta Nakshatra, I told you, ruled by the Ashtavasus. The Ashtavasus, there is a mythological story. So what happened? One of their wives, the Ashtavasus, they were married. The 8 gods, the 8 Vedic gods, they had their wives. One of their wives, she stole a cow that belonged to, Guru Vashishta, to the sage Vashishta. So a cow was stolen, and that is why they were cursed by sage Vashishta. That curse, that they'll be born, they were in heavens, so they'll be born on earth and they'll have to suffer on earth. So Vashishta had cursed them. One of them could not escape the curse. 7 of them somehow could escape it to some extent, that they will be born but they will not have to live on earth for long. But one person, one of the Ashtavasus, could not escape that curse. Could not escape. And that Ashtavasu, one of the Ashtavasus, was born as Bhishma. You know about Bhishma, no? The character in Mahabharata. Okay, so Bhishma had to suffer, no? Later on you have seen he lived so long, and later on he was, lying on a bed of arrows, and he had to suffer so much. So one of the Ashtavasus was born as Bhishma. So here, if you have in Dhanishta, then do not engage your partner, 7th Lord of Darakaraka. They should not be engaged in deceiving others. Otherwise, they can be cursed. Very careful. Do not deceive others in any way. Don't be involved in deception or stealing. Very important. And they should also keep their promise. So Bhishma had promised that he will remain, he will remain unmarried throughout his life. So that promise, the significance of promise is also very much connected to Dhanishta Nakshatra. So your partner, if they promise something, they should keep it. They should not deceive others. Very important. Okay, so all these things we can say, but nevertheless they can really be successful in life if they are moving towards knowledge and if they have discipline. Now let's move on to the next nakshatra, Shatabisha Nakshatra. If the 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in Shatabisha Nakshatra, what we can say, Shatabisha Nakshatra is ruled by Rahu, and this nakshatra falls in Aquarius. It's a Rahu energy totally, because Aquarius is also believed to be co-ruled by Rahu with Saturn. It's ruled by Saturn. It's also ruled by Rahu. So it's a lot of Rahu energy in Shatabisha. So such people definitely will love their individual space a lot. You need to respect their space, their privacy also at times. They can be very creative, very intelligent. They can have great intellectual powers, intellectual depth. Okay? Original thinkers, unconventional in their thought process. They can be great healers. Shatabisha refers to the 100 Shatabisha, the 100 healers. They can have healing abilities, so they can move into occult, spiritual sciences, occult practices, healing practices, psychology. They can be great healers. Any sort of even medical science, so they can be into healing practices. Now, these people, they may at times be a little mysterious, secretive. They may love isolation also at times. Very unconventional. Now, after all, it's in Aquarius. So, Aquarius is again ruled by Rahu and Saturn both. So, even if they move around in society, they will maintain their individuality. They'll maintain their individuality. And they have creative abilities, healing abilities. The ruling god of Shatabisha Nakshatra is Varuna, the god of waters, the god of the sky. Varuna is also at times referred to as the god of the rains. So Varuna, the god of cosmic waters, is the ruler of Shatabisha. Water, intuition, so healing, occult. So the great healers they can be. And the symbol is the empty circle. That's very mysterious. The circle is empty. So it is an Aquarius sign. So maybe they may mingle around with people, but they don't let anybody into their circle. It's possible. The real circle is totally enclosed, Circle is an enclosed structure. So, and it's empty. That means they don't let anyone into that circle. So they are mysterious. So even if they move around in society, it's very difficult to know who they really are. They will always remain a little aloof somehow, even while in company of others. So it's very difficult to know them. Very secretive, mysterious, very creative, intelligent, intellectual people with great analytical powers, healing powers. Even they can be great, very skillful in something. and they have great vision also. So very creative, very intuitive. All these qualities your partner, very unconventional. So you have to understand where they are coming from. So these things, no, thinking intuitively, healing others, these things can come naturally to them over time. So they should, if they are into any sort of healing business or healthcare industry wherein they are providing medicines to others or healing people, they will excel. Or if they are into research, investigation, also they are going to excel in life. Now let's move on to what will happen when your 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in Purvabhadrapada. We are coming very soon, we are winding it up. If it's in Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, Purvabhadrapada falls in Aquarius and Pisces. Purvabhadrapada is ruled by Jupiter. This nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter, Purvabhadrapada. It falls in Aquarius and Pisces. Who is the ruling god? The ruling god is Ajay Ekapada. Ajay Ekapada is the ruling god of Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra. This god is the one-footed aspect of Lord Shiva, or the one-footed form of Lord Shiva. One-footed form. So this may refer to single-minded devotion, focusing on a single path. Though Purvabhadrapada, especially if it is in Pisces, such people, they can also have a sort of duality in them. They can be a little confused also in life initially, especially if it is in Pisces. Duality in their nature. Because you look at the symbol of Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, the symbol of this nakshatra is a two-headed man. Two-headed man, crossed swords, or the two legs of a bed. A man with two heads, so duality. Whether in Aquarius, whether in Pisces. This is the symbol. So, such people, they can be confused initially in life. They may be caught in some conflict. And they need to come out of that conflict. They need to overcome that conflict. Very important. Okay? It's only when they are able to overcome that conflict that they're going to, reach somewhere and find their true destination in life. That conflict, they need to come out of that conflict, of that dilemma. Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, ruled by Jupiter. If it falls in Aquarius, such people, they can do very well in research, investigation. They can have great intellectual depth, analyzing abilities. They can be very good at counseling others. Definitely, whether in Aquarius, whether in Pisces, great counselors, great healers, occultists. Whether Aquarius, whether Pisces. All these positions, psychologists, healers, independent counselors, astrologers, scientists, great people in technology, people who are associated with technology, research, in any field of study. Very intuitive, very intelligent. If in Aquarius, they'll be true intellectuals. Okay? They will have in-depth knowledge of things. If in Pisces also, they will not just have the ability to do research and investigation. If it is in Pisces, both Aquarius and Pisces, they will do research investigation. If it is in Pisces, again, they will have intuitive and healing abilities and creative abilities. In Aquarius, they'll be very creative, and they will have that ability to invent things, to bring about a new change, even in society. They'll be revolutionaries, unconventional thinkers, if in Aquarius. In Pisces, they will have healing abilities, intuitive abilities, creative abilities. That's the difference. But otherwise, Purvabhadrapada, so the deity I have told you, deity is the one-footed version or one-footed form of Lord Shiva. Symbol is the male lion. That means these people, they can really be successful in life. Lion is the king of the forest. They can be really successful. They can make an impact upon society by dint of their knowledge, creativity, intuition. It means that. Duality, initial confusion in life, duality of nature, and its inner conflict going on, and later on overcoming that conflict and moving towards a transformation, moving towards self-transformation, or bringing about transformation, changes in society or in the world around them. So they are looking for if in Aquarius, your person will give a lot of importance to their individual space, because they want to do research, investigation, they have certain vision, certain plans, and they need that individual space. If in Pisces, your partner is expecting a deep-rooted spiritual connection with you, they don't want superficial connection, they want a very intimate connection, whether physical, whether spiritual. Very deep-rooted connection they're looking for. They want you to understand them intuitively if Purvabhadrapada is in Pisces. And if it is in Aquarius, they want you to understand that they need their individual space. So give them their space. They will also come together with you. When it's time to team up, they will team up with you. When it's time to remain a little aloof and do their work, give them their space. That's important. Now let's move on to what will happen when, one more thing, your partner, 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in Purvabhadrapada. Such people, they may also, especially if it is falling in Pisces, they may be very much interested in black magic. In all, they may want to explore those realms that are hidden, forbidden, secretive, black magic, dark realities of life. Very curious to explore all of that, especially if it is in Pisces. Yes, very much drawn towards occult. And if it's in Aquarius, then also they can be healers and occultists, or they will have great observation powers, a scientific bent of mind, if in Aquarius. Now let's move on to what will happen when the 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra. Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra is ruled by Saturn, planet Saturn, and it falls in Pisces. Okay? The ruling god is Ahirbudhanya. Ahirbudhanya is the ruling god. Ahirbudhanya is a god who is the celestial serpent of the bottom. Ahirbudhanya is the celestial serpent of the bottom. Okay? So that god, the serpent god, the celestial serpent, is the god of this nakshatra. The Kundalini is referred to because the serpent remains coiled, no? It's just like the Kundalini energy within us also. So these people, Uttarabhadrapada, if in Pisces, if your 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in this nakshatra, your partner, they can do very well in meditation, yoga, even occult, healing. They should move towards any sort of sadhana. They should try to, feel their Kundalini energy, or maybe they should try to activate that energy within them, or do some meditation. That will help them a lot. If 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in Uttarabhadrapada, and they need to believe in charity, because this animal connected to Uttarabhadrapada is the cow. The cow is such a, great benefic. Yes, it's an animal which is, which benefits all of humanity. Yes, the cow serves people. The milk of the cow, even, whatever the cow is released from the cow's body, it has medicinal properties, and the milk, we all know, is again which is regarded to be so good for health. And so cow gives you, it's a giver. So in Uttarabhadrapada, no, your person eventually, they will realize the importance of charity, helping others, reaching out to others. Yes. So the symbol is that of the serpent or the back legs of a funeral cot. It's the Pisces energy. So being charitable, very important. Saturn is also the planet of self-liberation. It rules Uttarabhadrapada. So, these people, it's in Pisces, so definitely initially in life, they should go to the depth of things, do research. At times they could be a little confused also, because after all the Pisces energy, but that over initial dilemma, confusion, they need to overcome in life, and they need to single-mindedly move towards in-depth study of things, research, or hard work, making efforts along any meaningful direction, and then accumulation of resources and helping others, doing charity. That's very important for Uttarabhadrapada people. The 7th Lord of Darakaraka is in this nakshatra, so tell your partner that they should do some charity, however small or big, do some charity. Help the people in old age homes, orphanages. Whenever they do that, they'll be blessed. They'll be blessed and they will be prosperous in life. So that is what they were meant to do after all, because your 7th Lord is in Uttarabhadrapada Nakshatra. And it's ruled by Saturn, so they need to go on, they need to believe in their karma, but again, remaining detached from the fruit of their karma. Pisces energy. So these people eventually they'll become very spiritual by nature. Any field of occult sciences, healing, psychology, even technology. After all, Saturn is there, so constructions and technology, civic technology, so everything, civil engineering and all. So their profession may be connected to any of that. Okay, so healing and psychology and so on I've mentioned. So these are very good professions for them. Even sharing their knowledge, counseling, these are wonderful fields for them. Helping people in some way or the other. Finally, let's move on to the next nakshatra, to the final nakshatra, the Revati Nakshatra. Revati Nakshatra falls in Pisces. It is ruled by Mercury. And the ruling god is Pushan. Pushan is a solar deity, the god of nourishment and safe travel. Pushan, the god Pushan in Vedic mythology, was supposed to help people, move from one realm to other. So whenever a person is, like a person is no more, like a person, Pushan is that deity who will help you travel from maybe the mortal world to the other realm, that astral travel, that spiritual, the travel of the soul. So Pushan is responsible. Yama, we know, Yama is the god of death. And Pushan is responsible for carrying the souls from earth to other realms. So the transportation and travel, Pushan is responsible for that. Alright. So these people, if they are connected to travel, tourism, some sort of travel, your 7th Lord of Darakaraka, so your partner, they're going to rise in life. If they're moving to foreign lands, they're going to rise in life, maybe. If they're doing some business which is connected to travel, or they're going to prosper. Now again, this travel may not be just physical, it could also be astral, spiritual. That's why the sign of Pisces. So they can also do very well in any field of occult knowledge, healing, psychology, technology also for that matter. But these people, they're essentially, they have spiritual bent of mind. Now, provided Mercury is not afflicted, if Mercury is more or less well placed and Jupiter is well placed because it's falling in Pisces, then these people will eventually, especially if Jupiter is well placed, they will definitely be people who are spiritual, forgiving, kind-hearted. Look at the god. Ruling god is Pushan, the god of nourishment and safe travel. So they believe in providing nourishment to others. So if they're engaged in charitable activities, they will really become successful in life. They need to believe in charity, charitable activities. They will really rise in life. Symbol is a pair of fish. It's the same symbol which the sign of Pisces has, a pair of fish, duality. So initially in life, these people in Revati Nakshatra, they may be confused in life, your partner also. They may be into dilemma, inner conflict. And you may at times feel it's so difficult to understand them. There is a sort of duality in them. But these people are actually very kind-hearted, forgiving and generous by nature. And whenever they do charity, they help others, they will be blessed by the divine. Because, this nakshatra is in, it's Revati Nakshatra, 7th Lord of Darakaraka. So they should believe in charity. Then they will end up earning wealth, luxury and comfort also. Because Pisces is the sign where Venus exalts also. So whenever they do charity, they'll be blessed with even greater wealth in life. It's possible. Okay, so Revati Nakshatra. This sign can give you a lot of wealth. But you have wealth, you should also believe in providing others with nourishment, care and help. You have to be charitable. Then you will always, keep receiving help from the divine, and you will keep growing, flourishing, and you'll become more and more prosperous and wealthy in life. That's what your partner should remember. Nevertheless, if Jupiter is more or less well placed in the chart, if Mercury is also well placed, then their buddhi will work well. No, Mercury is your buddhi, the way you think, and Jupiter is also Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter gives you vision and knowledge. These planets are well placed, and they will definitely move towards knowledge, move towards creativity, spirituality. They can also be very artistic, intuitive, creative, very forgiving, very generous. They will believe in letting go of other people's mistakes and follies. They will let go of things. They will believe in forgiving. They will also believe in sacrificing their own happiness and comfort for others. They may believe in serving others. So all these things, that sense of compassion, mercy, that sense of, being charitable, the willingness to be charitable, that will, help them in really becoming successful truly in life. Success does not just come from wealth. They can be wealthy, that's another matter. But they're, finally, they'll be blessed with not just wealth, but also spiritual knowledge and satisfaction in life. So all these things we can say about Revati Nakshatra. So I'm so sorry friends, there has been a power drop. So anyway, so that's all about, what will happen when the 7th Lord or Darakaraka is in Revati Nakshatra. Alright, so I hope you like this video friends. I will add the timestamps, so give me some time. I will also add the timestamps for each of the nakshatras. So if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do not forget to subscribe. If you want personal consultation, details are there in the video description. And friends, just before I wind up the video, remember that we should always be kind to animals. We should be kind to all creatures. We should be kind to the poor, the downtrodden, and the divine, the Almighty will always bless us. With this thought, I wind up today's video. See you next time. Take care friends. Thank you.